Now I'd like to explain something. In nature there are 20,000 gods for every human being. That may seem strange. It should be the other way around. Well, ideally it would be the other way around. But it can't be that way around because unfortunately with people like you who are not human beings but started off as human beings and transformed yourselves into gods of evil, who are hideously powerful, and you really are hideously powerful in a totally negative way, then we have to have 20,000 gods for every human being that is born. We never know if we're going to have an incident when a living planet is created and the human beings are born on it. So there are always 20,000 gods for every human being existing. Now, of course, as I have said in, I think in another video, you took over a zillion Gargantuan planets. Well, that was a tremendous tragedy, because we have a zillion Gargantuan planets full of the most tremendously powerful monsters who use black magic, which we call third magic. Third is rather an ugly sounding word, so we give it an ugly sounding name. It's third magic. Now, you people automatically do third magic all the time. You do it instinctively. You only do it to good beings, like animals. Usually when you're actually killing them, as you say. That means you send them to hell instead of killing them. And you do black magic to me, third magic to me. Everything I've been given since I was born has been poisoned. And with black magic, with third magic. And that's been something I've had to fight against all my life. Now, I would like to say this. The fact that we have 20,000 gods for every human being is notable. It must give you an idea how many gods we have. We have an enormous amount of gods, because each monolith is a zillion Gargantuan light years long, and you can get easily a zillion gods inside there, living quite in large spaces. And even more, you can get a Gargantuan gods in a monolith, actually. A Gargantuan is a rather large number that you're not used to, you people. It means 10 to the power of a trillion, trillion, trillion. And a zillion is a relatively tiny number, which just means 10 to the power of 100. Now, we use the word zillion Gargantuan and the number zillion Gargantuan because of a thing called the law of the numbers. There are certain numbers that repeat themselves in nature and are used over and over again. I mean, the number Zillion Gargantuan is also used, the expression also Zillion Gargantuan is also used to simply say that something is enormous. Then of course there are larger numbers, for example the number quantum. Now if anything is so enormous that it is unbelievably enormous, you say it's a quantumly enormous. Now things can go beyond that. You see, we have the largest number existing, which is a zillion. That's zillion with a T before it. When that's the largest number existing, and that denotes the length of time from the beginning to the end. And this number needs a computer that is about 120 cubic light years in dimensions, with microscopic circuits inside it to manipulate it. Now we have to have all the gods working with computers that are very complex computers. They can't simply be computers, sort of 64-bit computers or 256-bit computers or anything like that. They have to be computers with varying bit rates. Otherwise the Anticoncept, which is you people, will be interfering with them. As they're studying the Anticoncepts, it will obviously interfere with their work. So to study the Anticoncept, you need the computer with a varying bit rate. And so that means it goes from 63 bits to 198 bits to 301 bits to 162 bits, etc., in continuously varying its bit rate. And things are very complex indeed. I mean, wasn't simple for the catatonic people, the humans, to have their televisions. No, because they had it interfered with by the Anticoncept, meaning you people again. They had, if they had analogical television, it was impossible. They had to, they could only watch analogical television actually if there was a goddess or the god present in the hall with the television there. They couldn't watch it at all otherwise, because it would be interfered with immediately. Now, so then the first televisions they produced that actually were utilizable, that could actually be used, were digital televisions. Everything they produced had to be very complex, but they did everything in a miraculously short time, you see, and the gods simply gave them suggestions and did about 100th of the work, and they did the other 99/100ths of the work. And they managed to produce machines that resisted to the Anticoncept. And luckily we have at least 999 living planets populated by good people, for every one planet populated by evil people. Now the evil people are gods, as I say, because they have this black magic, this foul magic. Of course the good people have some nice things. They have more power in their bodies, they agree with their bodies are not insulting them. Their bodies like them, so they live much longer. and they live in good health to quite a ripe age, and they can reach 330 years old. And I'm talking about the normal people, because the people of the upper castes can reach 600 or 800 years old in good health. And they do 50, 60 miles per hour on their bicycles, and that is what a real human being can do. Unfortunately, you people have rendered everything very difficult, and you've rendered it very difficult from the beginning of time to the end of time, because you have done things that stretch from the beginning of time to the end of time. When you will eventually be defeated, we will still be fighting against you people, quite literally, because your acts will be continuing in zillions of years into the future, zillions or gargantuans of years into the future, and more than that, zillions or gargantuans to the power of twining years of the future. A twining is a very large number as well. And we will be fighting against you for right up until the end of time, even though you don't actually exist anymore, because you have committed acts that's based from the beginning of time to the end of time with your third magic, because third magic has that capacity. The farther away in space and time it is, then the more powerful it is. Do you understand? I mean, you are less efficient at doing harmful things to creatures that are near you than you are at doing harmful things to creatures that are zillions of gargantuans of light years away and zillions of years away in time. So that's why we have 20,000 gods for every human being. Of course, we don't need 20,000 gods for each good human being. I mean, for the good human beings, we only need one god for every 10,000 of them. But when it comes to dealing with the anti-gods, or the evil gods, that is you, who are simply negative human beings, who possess hideous power, then we have to have 20,000 gods or more for you. We have to have more than 20,000 gods for each one of you. You see, because we don't waste them on the human beings that are good. They don't need a god, each one of them. You see. So we use at least 150,000 gods for each one of you people. You see. Each one of you doesn't have one person in the sky looking over you. No, you have 150,000 gods in the sky looking over you. And they're not looking after you at all. They are trying to work out ways to demolish you, to send you to hell, and to prevent you from doing your next maneuver, which will inevitably be the most destructive maneuver imaginable. Because every day you commit the most destructive maneuvers imaginable. So they are waiting for your next maneuver all the time, and they're studying you, and they're sitting behind their computers, and they're working out how to prevent you from having a devastating effect with the next gesture of your hands, etc. And believe it or not, your babies that aren't even born yet, they are inside the womb, are dangerous because they make little gestures with their hands that send little babies in the womb to hell on other planets. Now that is extraordinary, and so our attitude to your pregnant women is not the same as your exterior attitude towards your pregnant women, because everything that you display is false, you see. Our attitude towards a pregnant woman is that she is a creature carrying a very dangerous monster inside her. And of course the baby, when it is born, it is equally dangerous. It makes signs with its little hands that send little babies to hell, Zillions or Gargantuans are light years away. And all of this is very stressful for the gods who have to deal with it. So luckily they have most of nature collaborating. Most human beings in nature are collaborating, and they are helping the gods in this war. They are collaborating in their own way by following the rules of the catatonic society. If they follow all the rules and they fight against the Anticoncept, and they fight against evil, because evil is born to balance nature, and it's relatively simple to fight against evil by itself, but it's not simple to fight against the Anticoncept, which is something that exploits evil in a totally negative fashion. So anyway, that's what I will say in this video. You people have the most incredible power. You are the most incredibly dangerous monsters, and you are not human beings at all, you are gods. Okay.